Hello and welcome to another riveting edition of hashtag Philosophical Friday. Sorry for the delay. There's a few technical difficulties. They changed the interface. We're getting used to this. These are uncertain times. Uh, so this week has been a different week with starting the online learning. And at least the first couple of days of the week, I really had a hard time getting into the routine and really making time for the work. So with just moving into the new house, there's just been a ton of work to do. And like on Tuesday, for example, I spent like 11 hours changing light bulbs and changing light fixtures. So that was pretty exciting. So in terms of like doing work for the schoolwork and stuff like that and finding time to answer emails and do all this stuff, I just really didn't really have time for it, just mostly just because like I was finding other things to do. And I think that goes back to one of my favorite sayings, which is you have time what you make time for. And the first early part of the week, I was just making time for doing other things. I was like, hey, I really want to do the stuff around the house. And so, but as the week went on, I was like, I really need to make time for this. And so for myself, that's why I scheduled the office hours. For those of you who attended, it was great to see. It was nice to have some normalcy with seeing my students again. And but I wasn't going to. Sometimes, like if you don't make time for it, then you're just not going to do it. And so it was really important for me to say, like, hey, between these hours and these hours, I'll be here, I'll be available. So it just like forced me to sit down and to do what I needed to do. And so like in this time, it's really hard to get a schedule. And so we talked about several philosophical Fridays about like setting a schedule and making time to do things. But it's really important that in these times, like it's really easy to be sidetracked by other things. And so I encourage you, like you have time what you make time for. So I encourage you to make time, make a schedule. It doesn't have to be all day. I think a lot of people are finding with the at-home learning, like it's a lot more efficient. Maybe it doesn't take all day to do it. Maybe it's just a couple of hours, but just knowing that, hey, between these hours and these hours, like this is what I'm going to do. And then like once you set that schedule, then you can set down to it and then find ways that you can, definitely make time for other things, like make time for exercise, make time for reading, make time for, there are a lot of things you can make time for. But definitely like setting a schedule and holding yourself accountable to that and just setting aside time and saying, this is what I'm going to do. This is a good way to make sure you do this. I'm missing you all. Really hope we get to go back and see each other soon. Make sure you're staying home, staying away from people. But hopefully we get to be back sooner than later. And I'll see you guys all next week.